After the war, everyone's Navy was gone. Spain's Navy's gone. Italy's Navy's gone. Germany's Navy's gone. Russia, everybody. The U.S. had their Navy intact. Japan's Navy's gone. China's Navy, everyone's Navy, they're gone. Britain had pretty good Navy. We had a lot of Navy. And we basically said, this is kind of, I don't want to say it says this in the agreement, but this is how it happened. If you trade your oil, if you buy and sell oil in US dollars only, you don't need a Navy anymore. We'll protect your shipping lanes. And so in Saudi Arabia, they signed an agreement with Saudi Arabia, you don't need a Navy. Any ship that you ship out of your ports, we'll protect it for you. Just make sure it's all in US dollars. That creates insatiable demand for the US dollar. Okay, that's one reason. Another way you create insatiable demand for the US dollar is you tax all your citizens in US dollars. So me and you, this year, we have to get US dollars to pay our taxes. We can't pay in chickens. We can't pay in Bitcoin. That creates insatiable demand. If you, in the last few years, if you flood the earth with low interest rate loans in US dollars, people have to pay it back in US dollars for 30 years. So you're creating insatiable demand for 30 years. So right now, most oil transactions around the world are in US dollars. So if you like, let's say 1972, you're in Germany, you want to buy a tanker of oil from Saudi Arabia. You can't send your German Deutschmarks down to Saudi Arabia. No, you send your German Deutschmarks through the SWIFT system, which is a dollar-based system, US dollar-based system, to the Fed, New York Fed. And the New York Fed then transfers them from US Deutschmarks into US dollars and then wires them to Saudi Arabia. And then Saudi Arabia ships you the oil. That's how it happens. Mm-hmm. That creates insatiable demand for their number one product. Right? Our number one product, the US dollar. So this goes on and on and on for years and years. And then President Nixon, obviously, we're going to fiat dollar and they just started printing money. And so since then, same things happened. A little country anywhere in the world now has the ability to sell their goods and services across the world without having to have a Navy. And so as long as they kind of just do the US dollar kind of thing. And that has created the world reserve currency. Now, people say to me all the time, Bitcoin's going to take it. I love Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's the greatest idea I've ever heard of. The problem with Bitcoin, it has no Navy. It doesn't have military, right? Yeah. There's no one forcing you to take this stuff, right? The Bitcoin has a lot of great things for it, but there's the things it doesn't have, right? And so the U.S. Navy around the world, pushing the agenda of U.S. dollar is the number one issue of the American